All right, welcome to the.
All right, so hope everybody's doing great. This is your girl, Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity. I'm here to bring you some collective reading and live donation readings tonight. Hope everybody is doing well. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell every time. Make sure you come on that way you get notified. Okay. So what's good in the hood, y'all? What is good? And let me share the live. First of all, let me see if I'm even on. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, here I am. All right, we about to get started when the folks come in the building. All right, just letting folks come into the building. Go get your drink, get something to eat, some snacks. You know what I'm saying? Get ready to join us. All right, get ready to get in to it. Hi, Aiden Christian. How you doing this evening? We get ready to get started. Waiting on the admins to come. How y'all doing tonight? We would like a live donation reading. That the pinned comment should be up shortly. Hmm. All right, welcome to the channel, y'all. This is Clarity Empress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for none other than my Clarity Empress Collective. So we be honest with ourselves tonight. We're working with emotional intelligence tonight. Ah, a trait many do not have. But here, that's what we working with. All right. So yeah, let's be honest with ourselves, okay? Now, I'm gonna pull a collective energy reading. If you're here for any second of time, please go ahead and like the live. Share it with somebody that you know understands tarot and oracle. There may be a message in there for them. And if you want a live donation reading, the information will be coming onto the live soon. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What do we need to know? All right, first message. Oops, sorry. Ooh, major challenge to overcome. So somebody got some things to work on, some stuff that they gotta overcome. That's normal, right? I feel like a lot of us got some challenges, right? Right? Oops. Mm. So we got temptation. Temptation will test you. Financial pinch. So in the current energy that somebody's being tempted, um, you could be lured by, seduced by. It all depends. Take it how it resonate. Could be you. It could be a person that you're associated with that's in your energy. Tell me more, spirit. Oh, but keep your life in balance. That's scales of justice. So there will be justice. That is what somebody needs to be working toward. That's what I get. Somebody should be working toward the justice of their situation, trying to balance out their life instead of keeping it in some sort of turmoil with temptations and stuff. All right, let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. All right. Hi, David. How are you? What's up with you? All right, what's the likely outcome, Spirit? Okay, protected from negative forces beyond your control. So I feel like somebody is prayed up or prayed about. You will be playing a different role. So somebody's about to move into a different situation. Are you playing a different role? So if this is job wise, you're moving into management, or you're moving laterally to a totally different position. But somebody is playing a different role. And if this is relationships, the way that relationship is will no longer be the same. It's going to be fundamentally different. You know what I mean? Whether it's good or bad, it's going to be fundamentally different. All right, Spirit. What is the challenge to overcome? What is the challenge somebody needs to overcome? Or that they are overcoming? Paying attention to their finances. Yeah, somebody's finances is a bit shaky right now. Somebody got some shaky finances. Tell me more, Spirit. News is on the way. Temptations will test you, and news is on the way. Oh, oh! Why did I hear STD? Oh, oh boy! Tell me more, Spirit. Somebody need to go get checked out. That's what I heard. Oh boy! In need of help and assistance or guidance. Yeah, that financial pinch. Somebody's need of help. Somebody might need to consolidate some bills, or somebody need an influx of cash, like a loan or a gift, in order to pay off debt or be able to get back and forth for work from work. That's what I'm hearing. It's like somebody going through some challenges and they don't really know which way to turn, how to make their situation better. So it's getting rough for people. Ah, well, yeah. This might require a little bit more effort on a side hustle. Might need to look for a side hustle, something you can do conveniently, whether it's from your phone or your home computer or whatever. Like somebody needs to look for alternatives to make money, maybe outside of what their regular paycheck is, because things are tight. Folks trying to eat, trying to survive, trying to live. Yeah, family matters. There's something about the scales of justice with the family matters, because this is in the challenging lesson. So maybe family is not helpful or family is not near. Um, Maybe somebody needs to go back to their family or leave. But there's family matters, and it says keep your life in balance. So whatever your situation is, all right, put it this way: if your family's near and they're not helpful, you need to leave. It's just how you balance it out, right? If your family is helpful and near, Maybe there's somebody you need to ask help from. Like, can you help me? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're not saying what your needs are. Maybe you need a ride a couple days a week for a small amount of time. What's up? Peace, sis. Peace, cousin. How y'all doing? All right. And then we got lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. And protect it from negative forces behind your control. Remember I said somebody's praying or being prayed for? Spirit said you ain't got to get too angry. Let spirit handle it. If you prayed about it, let it be handled. Don't waste a lot of energy being upset over anything. Really. Don't waste too much energy. Getting. Don't get upset. This says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Well, put it this way: the wheel is turning. Whether somebody is ready for that wheel to turn or not, thank you, sis. It's turning, and somebody better get decisive about what it is that they want in their life, on what direction they want to go in. And remember, I was saying, look up a side hustle. If you need a couple more dollars, they're out there. You go online, you can find it. YouTube University is one of the best places to vet out what you wanted to do. One of the best places to have somebody explain, is this a scam? Can you really make money? And I'm not talking about those ads. I'm talking about the people that saying, look, I did it for 30 days and this is my results. They tell you what's what. And there's usually multiple people that will break it down for you. Start looking. I feel like everybody has a financial pinch of some sort, right? Especially in USA, because we listen, prices are ridiculous. I bought 2 bags of groceries tonight. Okay, damn near $100. Them 2 bags of groceries might have been $40 like 4 or 5 years ago. The same bag of groceries. Now they out the wazoo. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get that much stuff, like for real. Just to eat, to survive, to eat, to live on a regular basis. It's fucking ridiculous. So I know that financial pinch is real. I feel like for single people, it should not be that bad, except you're on a single income, so you only got your own. But feeding yourself is not as bad as trying to feed multiple people. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So let me just finish up this collective. I realize I'm starting to rub my eyes already. So if anybody wants a live donation reading, they need to go ahead and let me know right now. Right now. Oh, why is my room still up? They need to let me know right now. Because I'm going to take it down as soon as I possibly can. I'm not playing. I am not playing. Why did I lose my Chrome? That. Where was I? Okay, there we go. All right. Let's finish up this collective. Let's do some tarot. So what's good with y'all? What's new? What's good? Imani, did you let it sink in? Has it sinked in? Wait a minute. Did it sink in that you are that chick? Oh, a new update. Oh. Imani, you here? Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Oh, I was trying to get in my thing. It sent me a message. My husband surprised his son by taking him to the prom. Okay. Okay. Goodness, what in the world? Okay. Hold on, y'all. Being congratulations, girl. Hold on, y'all. All right, Spirit, tell me more about these purse strings. What's going on? Challenges to overcome. Oh, man. It says less intense sorrow, slowly healing, apology, forgiveness. Somebody was in a situation where they was losing money and they trying to overcome that feeling, overcome that situation. That's what I'm getting. Tell me more. Yeah, they need balance. Birds flying. News is on the way. Oh, life is out of balance. That's the challenge. Somebody's trying to balance their life, but there's something missing. But let me see what it is, because right now I'm only seeing money is the issue. Tell me more. Money and family. King of Swords. Intellect is here. Maybe he's gonna ask for help. I don't know. King of Swords is here. That's the rationality, clear logic, making a decision. Tell me more. Yeah, we were shouting you out, money. All right, materialistic and irresponsible. So we got a page here and we got a king. So let's see. Tell me more, spirit. And the lovers in reverse. All right. Okay, one more. I'm in the deck. Listen, there's a 4 coins in reverse. I'm gonna tell you what I hear. Somebody thought they were smarter than somebody else. Okay, and they were definitely not honest with themselves. Okay, and they cheated on somebody. Somebody got cheated on or lied to in a relationship. Okay, in a major way. Somebody, um, oh, but somebody got an STD, and that's probably why I heard that, because somebody got cheated on. Um, they immature, materialistic. You know what I'm saying? This is an aimless, lost on the journey type of lustful energy type. You know what I'm saying? This is what they made, a bad choice. Okay, they made a tremendously bad choice, and whoever they loved, whoever they messed with, their unexpected losses and money, but also somebody let them go because they lied, because they weren't honest, because they cheated. Damn, they didn't invest right. It says you'll be playing a different role. This is like getting a divorce. The scales of justice are here in the challenge and the lesson. So somebody might have gotten a divorce. That's a different role. You're now not husband or wife. You are the ex. You are the baby mama, the baby daddy. You are no longer the spouse or just the mother. You're the baby mother. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's taking on a different role. There was some definite betrayal here. Somebody is trying to get over the loss. It says major challenges to overcome is to deal with this situation. Somebody was betrayed big time. Wow. Somebody's feelings are hurt. Somebody also felt like they chose wrong because with the lovers and the likely outcome in reverse, it's there was interference. It may have been a third party. They chose wrong. They were tempted because temptation is here in the tea leaf card. Somebody was tempted, and somebody else was spared. So, like if you cheated and you had an STD, maybe the other person didn't get it. They were spared. They were protected from it. But the other person who was doing the cheating, that's they got hit. They got hit. They gotta get. They have to deal with it. Mm, Major loss. What's up, Tuesday? Major loss. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Sorry about that. So yeah, there was a major loss here. Like I don't see the time. Okay, I'm about to say I don't see the time. You know what to do with yourself. Ah. you know, I know I could hold water when I didn't indicate to you what I knew because, I think I called or me and your mom spoke on her birthday. And she told me, what she told me. And I was like, all right, cool, cool, cool. And we didn't really talk that long, but she told me, her involvement in things. I was like, oh wow. And then shortly after that, you hit me, and I was like, oh Lord. So I was gonna keep my mouth shut. I gotta over here and hold the water. Can you bring me my water jug that got ice and my juice in it? But bring me put some of the on the door the cranberry juice. Put a little bit in there. You ain't drinking it. Make your face up like that. Mm. All right. Tell me more, spirit. Yep. So, oh, that look. So we got the five of cups in reverse. The fog will lift. Somebody's beginning to accept what happened. That's the major. I think I'm gonna lay these cards down because the stands is cool, but they be getting on my nerves sometimes when I want to spread the card out, and see what the heck I'm doing. Hold on, y'all, as I move things around a little bit. Yeah, it's already something in there. Just put the cranberry juice on. So I feel like somebody has been accepting the loss of what's going on, right? But it's not easy. It's hard. Um, you know, now that somebody is moving into a different role, the challenge is okay. Now it's a financial pinch. Maybe you no longer work with that person financially. You don't know where that extra money is coming from because now we're divorced. Maybe there's no alimony involved. Maybe there's no child support yet. Maybe certain things haven't been worked out financially. So somebody's feeling the pinch of having to do it on their own. But I get somebody, I feel like the person in question has caught an STD. And I feel like the person that they ended up, like the person that they were married to or in a committed higher level relationship, was not the receiver of it, meaning it was the person who stepped outside of the relationship. They got something. They got something, y'all. And then look, yeah, temptation tested them. News is on the way. I feel like the news on the way is the results of the test to show that, yeah, you got something. Somebody needs assistance and guidance. Financial pinch, that's the king of swords. Somebody's realizing that it's clear, oh shit, I need some help. It might be the person who did the cheating that need the help. Materialistic, financially irresponsible. Can't get much. Tell your sister come here for a sec. Yeah, it might be the person that did the cheating. Need the help. Ooh wee. This different tonight. And then they realized they made the wrong choice with the lover's card. Somebody made the wrong choice. Poor decisions. They deviated from moral standards. They definitely cheated. And it was interference too. This is family matters. Keep your life in balance. Somebody was out there being greedy. Okay. Like they said people with bad parent wounds um tend to have unregulated, nervous systems, and they tend to make more poor choices, and they tend to be the ones that's cheating. Not everybody, but some of them, have those with those poor backgrounds where they watch their parents cheat and have low morals. They tend to have low morals. So somebody could be following in somebody's footsteps, but they're losing out because they didn't emotionally regulate themselves. They didn't hold their relationship in high honor, and now they're gonna be playing a different role because they don't have a role. And it says, in the wheel is indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Somebody didn't get their shit together. Oh wow. They didn't pay attention to their finances. There's major loss. Somebody is so there's one person healing and the other person is struggling. Healing because they've released it. They let it go. Yes. And let's see. Overly cautious, progress too slow, all work, no play. Somebody neglected their money, their resources. They neglected their person. There was a whole lot of neglect going on here. They neglected their children if there's children involved. Okay, now we got a Queen of Cups in reverse. Oh, here we go. So the person that did the cheating was most likely this Queen of Cups energy, male or female. This Queen of Cups in reverse energy. There is children involved because now the child feels lost. I feel like there's a divorce, and the child is the casualty in the divorce. The King of Swords here, this masculine energy, was the one doing the right thing. He was seeking justice and truth. He was the one, you know what I'm saying? Now, but he may be, oh, he might have put somebody in a financial pinch. Yeah, it's definitely a toxic feminine and a lost child involved. Somebody is completely like, they're just confused. And the child is just, like I said, a casualty of somebody who cheated, you know? Tell me more. There's some serious Gemini energy. Wow, I didn't even realize. So Cancer, Gemini energy with the Queen of Cups. Gemini energy with this King of Swords. Gemini energy with the Page. Gemini Taurus, I guess. Hmm. Two Taurus energies. I don't know why I felt called to give y'all signs tonight, but there's a lot of Gemini here. One, two, three, four. Four cards of Gemini. So this is some Gemini shit. Oh, wait a minute. Who else? Hold on. Mm, yeah, mainly some Gemini shit. Tell me more, Spirit. Still weak, tired, ignoring the need for rest, difficult recovery. I feel like the King of Swords been thinking. They've been thinking like in their mind, how do I now balance out my life? How do I go on? How do I figure this out? You know what I'm saying? Because he made me suffering financially, but he's also no longer with the person or does not want to be with the person that may struggle also, which also involves this child. I feel like if this is a King of Swords and they're the father of this child, they're gonna possibly pursue custody, but again, they're going to end up having to do it by themselves. So it's a lot to consider right now. Take out or resonate. If this is your first time on the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, we got Wheel of Fortune again. That's the challenge and lesson. Luck always changes. Karma cycles, unpredictable. Ay, ay, ay. You know, as a child who's a product of divorce, I will tell you that if you are experiencing divorce or you have gone through divorce, your children do suffer, right? But it's not, mm, it's a double edged sword. They suffer in the relationship if the relationship is toxic and unhealthy, but they also suffer when there's a split. They suffer less when you're honest with them, when you get them some supports to deal with the fact that what the life as they know it is no longer the same, right? But if you ignore your child's needs and only focus on your own when you're going through a relationship crisis like this, 9 times out of 10, that child's gonna have some major parent wounds that they have to unpack later. And as a child of divorce, I could tell you, my parents, well, my mom and my stepdad got a divorce at my grade level. I think I was 10. I was in fifth grade. Um, y'all, I don't even remember fifth grade. I remember the school, but I can't remember fifth grade. I can't remember my teacher. I can't. It's completely blocked. I remember some incidences. That's it. But I could tell you everything about fourth grade. Everything. My grades were high. I loved my teacher. She got married. I remember her maiden name, her new name. I remember what she looked like. I remember my classroom. I remember the school. I remember all of that. I was in the same school, fifth grade. I knew that. Same school, fourth, fifth, and sixth. But I can't remember fifth grade. So this could be impacting somebody who, or I should say, this could be impacting a child who is the child of divorce. And they may feel lost. I know I did. Tell me more, Spirit. Because that man was not my father, my biological father. He kind of just disappeared because he was so hurt. Tell me more. Yep, family problems, depression, dysfunction, upset, unhappy, lacking emotional connection, and homewrecker. This is all about divorce, y'all. Anybody want live reading? Let me know in the next 5 minutes. This is some ugly, depressing energy. I ain't gonna lie. This is not cool. I feel bad for whoever this is going through because it's three people here. It's that Queen of Cups in reverse. She was out there doing the most. That King of Swords over here trying to sort it out. And now the baby is struggling. And bottom of the deck. Yeah. Restless, hot headed, unpredictable.
hesitant, brash actions without strategy or plan. I feel like the child is lost. The King of Swords is trying to sort it out, and the Queen of Cups is just a mess. A whole entire mess. Shut that door. Oh, wait, don't hit him. Or her. She coming. They want to go downstairs. They must be hungry. Come on. Um, on the short ribs. Yeah. Just wanted to let you know that part. But go ahead, let them out. Go downstairs. Wow. So somebody was cheating, y'all. And normally I don't. I no. I'm gonna do it with the rice. You can do your own noodles. I had some today. I don't want no more. All right. So this is crazy. Yeah. Somebody's role is changing. How did I get 3 cards on that? I don't know how I did that. High honor. Somebody's position. Everything is changing in somebody's life. Their position, the pedestal they might have put this Queen of Cups on, all of that's like fell apart. Tell me more. We got messages of concern. Yeah. I feel like somebody got the news that she got a STD. Now I don't know how serious the STD. It could be minor, it could be major, but she got one. I don't know why I'm hearing that strongly. That's the news. Like as a result of her blah blah blah, she contracted blah blah blah. Whatever that is. But I feel like the King of Swords may have been concerned if they were to get it or whatever, but I feel like they dodged the bullet. And this is ending this relationship. Tell me more. Poverty. Yeah, this is what the King of Swords is worried about. So maybe the Queen of Cups brought in money. But I'm hearing the money she may have brought in were ill gotten. Like, she could have been a bit gold diggerish. So she might have been saying she was working, but she was out there getting it a whole nother way. And now their lifestyle is about to be dismantled and changed. Cause she got this STD and he can't take that no more. He can't do that. I don't blame him. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah, main male. Luck is changing. Things are changing, but it could get better. I feel like this is the worst it's going to get. But remember, I told y'all about a couple readings ago that in the next 4 weeks, something was going to get real, real ugly. The longer somebody sat in a relationship, it was going to get ugly beyond repair. Like you weren't going to be able to deny it. You're not going to be able to how I put it. Like you can't unsee what you saw. You can't ignore it. You can't like it's almost like I know a situation. This is just opposite of this situation, but similar. I knew this couple that got married around the same time we did. Maybe a year or two later, they got married, and everyone knew that the dude cheated all the time. He was just a cheater. He was very self-indulgent. He had both parents. He was raised pretty well, but dad was a bit of a cheater. So he observed his dad doing what he do, and he did the same thing, if not worse, right? This woman married him anyway because he was her childhood sweetheart. She couldn't let him go, and he cheated and cheated and cheated until she found out by the time this child was 4 that he had a whole child on her. She didn't know. And so she immediately filed for divorce. You know, now she's young enough to date. And who's to say she wasn't dating during the relationship? Because again, he did whatever he wanted. He did whatever he wanted. And from what I understand, paid for quite a few abortions. Okay. But this one caught him. And now he raising his child because he don't have no choice. Now I don't know nothing about her getting an STD, so I don't feel like it's this reading. But my point, the point of the matter is now. Y'all, hold on. My audio dropped. So the point of the matter, mentioning it to say, is now there is a financial pinch. He has now to pay alimony or child support. He has 3 kids, two of which are still in college, I think. So that's why he still has to pay. And the oldest one is a graduate, right? So it broke the family up. He got 4 kids now that we know of. It broke the family up. The last one is wild. She's a wild little girl. She's aimless. You know what I'm saying? She don't have what the other ones have. She wasn't raised like the other ones. The other ones had whatever they wanted because mommy knew how to make money. Mommy knew how to get it, but daddy was the one that was the whore of the relationship. Well, here it's the other way around, and the woman is loose, and she's self-indulgent, and she's just out there. She watching. Oh, hi, baby. Hi, fur baby. Sudden wealth. But you know what I get with this though? Unfortunately, this is sudden loss. You know, I might say sudden wealth, but it's sudden loss. It's on the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. Oh, but Spirit said the blessing is they no longer have to deal with her in that way. They no longer have to risk their life in that way. You know what I'm saying? So the STD that she got, they're not getting because they're not engaging with her. They're not putting their life at risk. So that's a blessing. However, there is financial loss here by the two of them separating. Dividing the households is very costly. Tell me more. Yes, we do. We love the fur babies. Yep, because somebody was a whole thief. This queen of this. First of all, I feel like this Queen of Cups was a straight gold digger. She was out there tricking. I didn't want to say it earlier. I heard it, but I was like, let me just stick with gold digger because that was a little rough. But no, they said she out there on them alley type energy. You know what I'm saying? She walking, and if she's not walking literally, she in them bars, she in them seedy ass hotels and places doing some strange things for a little bit of change, and she done brought some shit home. She brought some. She had a good dude, and she brought some nastiness home because she out there tempted by things, material wealth and crap. And she don't care how that impacts her children or child, because there's a child here. Matter of fact, she's teaching the child the ropes. You know what I'm saying? That's why the child is so aimless. She's teaching the child how to con people, how to be the thief, how to pick a mark, how to take them down. Wow. Wow. Damn. Well, y'all, somebody out here wilding, doing too much. They doing too much. Spirit said the youngest, I mean the youngest. Or maybe she got more than one. The youngest child is a man or masculine. Not necessarily a male child, because it says main male. But she's teaching them how to hustle people. They learning from her. And for some reason they don't get the lesson from the father. They see the father as weak because they over there being conned by her. She over there conning every dude that come around. Everybody's a mark to her. Everybody can get it. Mm-hmm. She a hoe. She's a hoe. She's a 304. That's what they say. She a 304. She like getting out there doing anything. She don't care if she do it raw. She don't care. what the risk is to her life. That's what I'm getting with the Knight of Wands. She's very risky. No plan, just unpredictable, brash, and she is extremely selfish. Mm-mm. Oh, y'all take it how it resonates. I'm not used to these readings, but I'm used to listening to these readings. I'm not used to channeling these readings. And damn, somebody out there straight whoring for some money. And they don't care how they get it. And they don't care who they affect. And this king of swords, I feel like he's breaking out of this right on time. However, it's going to be a challenge for them to split financially because as long as they all have money coming into one pot, they're surviving. Once they split, somebody's going to suffer more than the other. Um, but I heard taken care of here, it says protected from negative forces beyond your control, but also to control your temper. So the King of Swords, it needs to be warned to watch your temper. Do not take any action that would be anger, because this is the type of thing would make a good man put hands on somebody. Maybe they were raised not to, but this will make them lose it because my God, the stuff that she's bringing in that house, like she like a stray dog with fleas. You don't know where she been, and you bringing this stuff into my home. That's what I'm hearing him say. You bringing this into my home. You affecting my child. You know what I'm saying? My child not respecting me. They over there picking up your ways. Y'all, we done made it to the 304. We don't usually, what I'm saying? We be talking about the raggedy bitches, but we don't, the experience don't be here like this. Oh, Streetwalker by Michael Jackson. Ew, she got the itch butt. Ew. Yeah, she was over here. She's outside too much. It's funny. There was these two dogs in a video I saw, and the dog had been going for a month. So the owner was cussing him, fussing him out, like, "Where the hell you been? We out there thinking you dead somewhere. Here you come." And then he noticed the dog behind him is pregnant. Then you gonna bring this bitch around? So there, like, come on, I know somebody to take care of you, and brought the heifer home pregnant. But yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like somebody had made the wrong choice, or they laid down with somebody mangy, and this person was just out there doing them dirty, playing with them, playing with everybody they come across, scheming. I'm giving, like I said, it's giving gold digger energy, and they just kept fooling with the wrong person. Like, this person is she's wicked. Now, I'm not saying that she's the same person as all the other readings, I feel like, but this is a very serious situation, and it's turning a family upside down because all the cards are representing a family divorce. You know what I'm saying? A split. I think, if I had to be asked my opinion and not what I'm channeling, my opinion is that the King of Swords needs to apply for custody of the child. You know what I'm saying? They need to apply for custody and find a way to raise their child. They cannot leave their child in the custody of a Jezebel like this, who is teaching them her ways, because she's not stable, she's not fit to be a parent. She's still out there, and she's going to continue to expose the child to too much stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what age this child is, but they're being overexposed by a mother like this. So it's best that the King of Swords do what's right and take care of their child. And getting custody shouldn't be too hard if they present, evidence. If they get an attorney, if they need one. Shit, they might not need an attorney if she out there like that. But their best deal is to protect their child from that person. as best they can. I would even opt to say supervised visitation would be the right thing to do if you're going to remove a child from a person like that, because she sounds a bit unhinged if you out there just stealing and thieving and playing with people. And this person did choose her in the past energy, because that 2 and a 4 is a 6. That was the lover's energy, that somebody chose her because they were conned into this relationship. Somebody was played, you know what I'm saying, sucked in, bamboozled, manipulated, you know what I'm saying, and they went for it. Now, if the child is not in fact the child of the King of Swords, he needs to move on. Now, if he could continue the relationship with the child, all depends. I don't know. Some people don't want to do that. That's what happened to me. I was, you know, I thought I was forgotten or something. I don't know what happened. So I don't know, but the King of Swords has some thinking to do, because they were played by this Jezebel energy. She was just out there doing the most. And usually it's the King of Wands energy that I see picked up in a lot of readings on that 304 types. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting. We got this Jezzy. We got this raggedy bitch over here. Tell me more. Now, one at a time, please. Yeah, bad health. I'm telling you, Jezzy got that thing. She got that thing, y'all. She got that sick. She might have the package. She got something serious that she can't easily get rid of. Yep. She is the one that got the thing. She is the one in the bad health. Wow. Okay, I see 2 Texas. Um, hold on, y'all. All right, I see it. I see it, y'all. Wow. That's some nasty work, y'all. We're gonna end it right here. The King of Swords need to go on by his business, and let this go. If it's his kid, he needs to apply for custody. If it's not, he need to also consider what relationship he gonna have with them people. Mm, 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 mm. That's crazy. These Jezzy be doing the most. I heard too. I'm hearing rather, not heard. I'm hearing she over and over again. This is what she been doing. Like, he couldn't get her to act right. He tried. He tried it with her. This is somebody who's trying to work with her, but she couldn't stay out them streets. Now that's why he had to do what he had to do. That's probably what saved him from getting anything from her, mainly because he stopped engaging with her that way. That's what I'm getting. No, interestingly enough, now that I think about it, I do know a family like this. There was a son, I met him while um he was in foster care. Um they have a group of rich men and women who try to help an underserved child that is in the system. I would tell you what the name of the group is, but I don't want to overexpose it. So the child, when I met the child, I asked him what his mother did for a living. He said she was a massage therapist. I was like, oh, is she working? He said, no. I said, hmm. Now, this is also, when did I meet him? Right before the pandemic, 2019. So he said, yeah, she's a massage therapist. So I mean, I took him at his word, but I didn't know him, so it didn't really matter. I was just curious. Um, and as time went on, I found out massage therapist was code for she's a 304, a paid 304. She has tricks. And as a matter of fact, she married one of her Johns. I think that's what they call them. She married one of her Johns, but she was still out there tricking. Now, he wasn't her PIMP, but maybe he was. I don't know because she texted the foster dad late one night um apologizing for not being able to make it or on time or something like that, or running late. And the next morning, of course, she realized what she had done and tried to make some type of excuse about it. But clearly, she was not texting her so called husband. So she was out there in them streets, and this child was going through it. Okay. I was tutoring him for a little while. I had, helping him with his studies, trying to intervene like a mother figure for a little bit just so he would listen because he was having a hard time, behaving. And then the courts just gave him back. He hit 15 and they was like, all right, we done. They wasn't forcing her to get no more help. They didn't make her take any classes that they said they were going to make her take. They just gave her back. And now he was back in that environment, miserable. I don't know what happened to that child. He disappeared in that whole situation because she made him cut contact from everybody. Crazy. All right, Cherry, this is for you. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Black Cherry one at a time, please. Give me a message for Black Cherry. Oh, family drama, 501s. We got family drama. Somebody's celebrating something prematurely. Or there's no cause for celebration. Tell me more. Hmm. Maybe this is not your energy. You got something going on with your family. I think I'll need to prop these cards back up. You got something going on with your family. All right. 501s, previous energy, all that bickering, fighting. No cause for celebration. It's a little premature to be celebrating. This could be something going on with grandma. Um, I'm hearing sickness, but they need to check up on her because the challenge in the lesson is she's still weak, tired, need rest. Also, I feel like people trying to keep up appearances with her. Like, too much bothering her to get out the bed and do too much or something like that. But then judgment here reverse. Oh, remember what I said, Cherry, about projecting, family members projecting. They have a lack of remorse for how they behave, but they will project it onto you. Okay. Hey, Goddess Retrieval, how you doing? How are you, love? Yeah, too pessimistic. I heard too disrespectful, to be honest with you. Star card in reverse. I know a lot of Aquarius tend to be very brash and disrespectful with their words. Not all of them, but a lot that I come across. They tongue is wicked. Um, yeah, they want to bury it and they don't want to acknowledge. Okay, so the school does not want to take the proper responsibility. Keep that in mind, okay? The school lacks accountability. I know that you mentioned them putting in the paperwork for you for that child to move on, right? However, I will urge you to look into your options and suggest to them which one you feel may be the right one. Suggest several of them or something. You need to do the legwork so that you know what it is, because they may not, they may do some, I would say, intentionally wrong or haphazardly, you know what I'm saying, real sloppy like. um mm-mm. So don't rely on them, okay? Because they will not treat you or him in the right way, okay? And then they do not have any, like I said, remorse or pity, or they don't care. Like, they perpetuate that. Make sure you do that report. If there is a report to file in your state, the one I mentioned, make sure you file it and make sure you see it all the way through. Um, because these people will have you drained and stressed over your child because they're not doing the right thing. It's like they could step in, they could intervene, they could actually check people, but they're not doing the right thing. I just keep getting they have a lack of remorse, meaning there's no accountability for their role or their actions. You know what I mean? Yep. And then you definitely need to go ahead and look. I feel like you have to do the legwork that they won't do. Oh, you started it today? Okay, good. Yeah, I homeschool too, goddess retrieval up until ninth grade. But that doesn't, once they go into the world, they go into the world and shit just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think, like, morally, my kids do well, but then they got other issues as a result of being around them kids. And it's not, you know, it's not getting them out of character, but it's still is something stressful to have to deal with them managing people in their life, or managing their relationships with people in their life, I should say. It's challenging. Yep. All right. So that's what I got. I feel like there's some stuff going on with Granny and them family members. I still feel that strongly, but I also feel like you got to deal with that school situation differently, because you don't want them to handle you and put or place him somewhere, and then you got to fight for that. You got to go do your due diligence on that. We know it's not going to happen tomorrow, thank God, but you have to do your due diligence to make sure that he's just not placed in any old kind of situation that's more inconvenient for you all. All right, take it how it resonate. Imani. All right, Miss Engaged Person. All right, money. Money, 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 money. Money, what? How old are you now? All right, Spirit, give me a message for my little cousin, Money. Message for Imani. What does she need to know? Spirit said one more shuffle. All right. This ain't over. It's more to come. Tell me more. I know you anxious for the next thing. It's gonna be a lot of responsibility and a lot of work. Tell me more. Death card in reverse. Refusing to let go of negativity. Fear of change. Let go and move on. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. There's a mother energy, not necessarily yours, but I'm not ruling it out. But there's a mother energy that's gonna be a burden or a problem. Okay. I'm feeling Ashley and I'm feeling mom. I hope that is not your mom, but the Empress in reverse is here. Tell me more. Okay. Hierophant. Yeah. Um, you're gonna have be faced with a hard decision to conform to what other people want or to go with what you want, because you're going to have a lot of influence and a lot of pressure to go with what somebody else wants, which may not be what you want. So if what they want doesn't line up with what you want, don't do it. Okay? Do not do what somebody wants you to do merely because they want you to do it. It is more advantageous for you in the long run to focus on what you want. So here's what I want you to do. You need to get a journal specifically to this new chapter of your life, devoted to your new chapter of your life, right? Here in this goes what you and him discuss regarding what the future holds, right? So, how the wedding will look, what you desire. I don't care if it's out of this world or very, 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 very little. Whatever the range is, put it all down. Okay. Um, what you want it to look like, envision everything. What you want to do after the fact, envision that too. Right? Where you want to go, honeymoon, how you want to live after, all of that. Start putting it down. Do not discuss it along the way with everybody. Um, it's not for everybody. Okay? It's just not. If somebody's not directly helping you with a payment on something in particular, all the particulars are not their business. Please know this. I bet you she was. I know she was. But listen, you know, your family don't hold water well. So if she's the one hating, right, you may have to urge them to not report back to her everything. Or you may have to keep things from them because they don't hold water. You know what I'm saying? So I would really urge you to keep a lot close to your chest so it's not put in a position, you're not put in a position where somebody's going to monkey wrench what you got going on. You're going to have to source a lot of things for yourself, commandeer a lot of things for yourself, and not be codependent on the family situation, because that's when what you want turns out to be what they want, not the same thing. The energy is not going to match. All right, I'm telling you now, it's just not. They will impose what they want. I'll give you an example. So during the time of mine, right, the best man at the time, he said to my husband, uh, well, he that he was going to bring his sister, and I said, hold on, why you, I had the interview because we were all talking. I said, why would you worry about picking up your sister when you're the best man? Like you need to be there with him. Like you should already be prepping, getting ready, be right there with him. She needs to, if she's gonna come, she needs to find her own way or go with other family members, but she shouldn't be a priority. He's your priority. But my sister gotta come. I said, your sister ain't gotta come no damn where. Shit, as far as I'm concerned, you ain't even gotta come. But you his best man. And we got into it a little something something, but people get their priorities mixed up on something that's not theirs. So regardless of her, there may be interference, and the only way to block the interference is to keep a lot of cards to your close to your chest until it's time to reveal what you need to reveal, and not rely on too much support from them. That is the key. Okay. So it may be hard, but you strong enough to make the decisions. You know what I'm saying? And this is your day. Remember that. Above anybody. I don't care who it is. It's your day. Remember that. So that's all I got to tell you. Because if you rely on other people and they have a twinge of jealousy, they will purposely let you down. So I would suggest Miss Ashley be a part of any part of the wedding. She don't need to be a bridesmaid. I, she don't need to. Don't do it. She don't need to be a bridesmaid. I don't care if she beg you. She don't need to be a bridesmaid. You understand me? She also oh Lord, we'll talk offline. Okay. Anyway, take it how it resonate. If it don't resonate, don't take it. I get it. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time, thank you for coming. Um, Welcome. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. I appreciate everybody who has come to the live. Miss Imani, I will give you a call shortly. Um, Rochelle, I'm gonna bid you adieu. Thank you both for allowing me to reach your energy. I hope that it made sense for you. You know what I mean? And I hope the advice was at least helpful. Um, and then I'll be back on Friday. Yep, I'll be back on Friday. So I love you guys. I love you, my Clarityempress family that comes to the spiritual lounge. I love you guys. All right, later. Peace.